Hey everybody, it's Evil Queen 98 here. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a tutorial for the Thanks to the Memories bracelet, and this was designed by me. I designed this a few months ago, probably back in October, and a lot of you guys really liked it, so I'm finally getting around to doing a tutorial for it today. So this is what it looks like. It is 9 pin bars wide and 2 entire full lengths long, and I am dedicating this to my Loom friends who I've met on the Loom community on Instagram throughout my almost 2 years there. So thank you all for that. I really do appreciate it. And it's also named after a song by my favorite band, Fall Out Boy, which was called Thanks for the Memories. So that's kind of where I got the name inspiration from. So in order for making this bracelet today, what you're going to need is 3 looms, excuse me. So this is the loom setup. Like I said, it's 9 pin bars wide, 2 entire full lengths long. This is the pin bar setup. You're also going to be needing a hook and a C-clip or S-clip or any type of closure, and also some bands. In this bracelet, I believe I used 5 colors. Today I'm going to be using 5 colors again today, so be sure to gather your supplies and we will get started. Alrighty everybody, I am back and I have finished gathering all my supplies, and now you're ready to place the bands on the loom in order to get started. So the first thing we are going to do is place the opaque black bands here on the sides. And today I'm going to be using opaque black as well. So what we're going to do first is on this center peg right here, we are going to place 2 closure bands right there. Those are just for closure. Next we're going to start placing our border, and all we're going to do is a very simple border. So we're going to just go out to the left, straight over, diagonally down to the left, and then straight up. And then just straight up the rest of the loom. You're going to do that all the way to the top, and then you're going to do the same thing on the right side. So it's diagonally up to the right, straight over, diagonally down to the right, straight over, and then straight up. So that's all you're going to do all the way up to the end of the loom. So I'm going to go off camera and finish that up, and I'll be right back to show you guys what to do next. Alright everybody, so I am back and I've finished placing all my border bands all the way to the top of the loom, and this is what the end of the loom is going to look like. So you are going to stop at the 3rd pin bar from the top, so right here, and then you're going to go diagonally in twice, then straight over, and then diagonally up once on both sides. Next thing we are going to be placing is a pattern down the center. We have 2 patterns in this bracelet, so this is the first one. And in this bracelet is these, it's kind of hard to see, but they're diamonds down the center, and they're in opaque black, and I'll be using opaque black once again today. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the 4th pin bar, first pin, and we're going to go diagonally out twice. Like that. And then we're going to go from that pin bar and go diagonally back towards the left twice. And then you do that all the way to the top of the loom, so diagonally towards the right twice, and then towards the left twice. There we go. Just like that. And you're going to do that all the way to the top of the loom, and then when you're finished doing that, I'm going to show you just to do the how to do the right side. It's the same thing. You're going to go from the 6th pin bar, first pin, and you're going to go out to the left twice, then back towards the right, and then back towards the left, and then back towards the right. Make sure you're pushing your bands down as well while you're placing the bands. So that's all you're going to do all the way up the loom. So you're going to do your left side first and do that all the way up, and then you're going to come back and do the right side. So that's all you're going to do. I'm going to finish those 2 band placements and I'll be back. Alright everybody, so I am back and I have finished placing our diamond patterns all the way up to the end of the loom, and this is what it will look like at the very end. Just as simple as that. So the next band placement we're going to do is where in this bracelet I have the black right here. So this is the last time I'll be placing bands in black. So this is our last pattern. So we're going to go to the 1st pin bar, 2nd pin, I believe. Let me check my flipogram real quick. Oh, this first pin bar, excuse me, second pin. So we're going to go diagonally up like this, then diagonally down, and then straight over. So it looks like this. Then you are going to skip a pin, so you're going to go to the first pin bar, fourth pin right here, and you're going to do the same thing. So diagonally up, and I have a band in my loom, I'm sorry about that. Diagonally down, and then straight over. So that's actually all you're going to do all the way to the end of the loom. I'll actually show you guys one more time. So you're going to skip the next pin and go to this pin right here and do the same thing. So diagonally up, diagonally down, and straight over. Just like that. And you're going to do that all the way to the end of the loom. You're going to do the same thing on the right side. So first pin bar and the second pin, so right here. And you go diagonally up, diagonally down, and diagonally straight over. Skip the next set of pins and go to the next one. Here you go. Diagonally up. And pin is getting loose. I'm sorry about that. I'll fix it off camera. Diagonally down. And then straight over. And one last time. Skip the next pin, go to this one, and then go diagonally up, diagonally down, and straight over. And then you're going to do that all the way to the top of the loom. I'm going to go off camera and finish it up, and then I'll be back to show you guys what to do next. Alright everybody, so I am back, and I have finished placing our side bands all the way to the top of the loom, and this is what it will look like at the very end. So what you are going to do is on the very last pin, you're going to go diagonally down, and then, or straight over, and then diagonally up. And then do the same thing on it. So straight over and then diagonally up. So the next band placement step is very, very easy. We're going to be working with the third as well as the seventh pin bar. And all we're going to do is place single chains. And in this bracelet, it is the ocean blue jelly that's right here. Today I'm going to be using metallic gold. So what we're going to do, like I said, is all we're going to do is place a simple single chain on the third and seventh pins. Just go straight up. All the way to the end of the loom, same thing on the seventh pin bar. All the way up, so I'm going to go off camera and finish that up, and I'll be back. Alright everybody, so I am back, and I finished placing my single chains all the way to the end of the loom, and this is what the end of the loom will look like. Just like that. So now we are going to be working with our first, second, and third, and seventh, eighth, and ninth pin bar, and we are going to be placing starbursts. So in this bracelet, it is these two blues from the Carnival mix. So I'll be using pink from the Carnival mix. And so on these first two starbursts are going to be a little bit different than the rest of them. So the first two are going to be placed like normal starbursts. So we're just going to go diagonally out to the second 2 o'clock position, 4 o'clock position, 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and 12 o'clock. And before I forget, you're also going to need good quality stretchy bands for the starbursts because they will not be looped back to themselves, including these ones. So do the same thing on the right. 2 o'clock position, 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and 12 o'clock. And that's, if you guys don't know how to place the starbursts, that's how you place the starbursts. So now we're going to go up to this next little section right here. And the way we're going to place these starbursts here and for the rest of the loom is we're going to start off like a normal starburst. So we're going to go 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, and then we're going to go from this center peg to this peg right here. So we're going to do a really long stretch. So that's why this is another reason why you're going to need good quality stretch bands. Then you're going to go to the 6 o'clock position. Then go from that pin to the long stretch once again. And then you're going to go here, the 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and 12 o'clock. So you're going to do the same thing on the right side. I'll show you guys a couple more times if you don't get it at first. Because placing a starburst is pretty easy, but these can be a little bit tricky. So again, we're going to start at the 2 o'clock. If you guys hear noise in the background, I apologize. It's my brother talking. 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock. Then we're going to do our long stretch. And then 6 o'clock position. Long stretch again. And it might be interesting, but ignore that. I'll fix that after we pull the bracelet off the loom. So 8 o'clock. 10 o'clock. And 12 o'clock. And I'll show you guys one last time on each side so you can get the hang of it. So do the same thing as we did here. So 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, long stretch, 6 o'clock, long stretch again, 8 o'clock, 10 o'clock, and 12 o'clock. So that's what you're going to do on this side, and do that all the way to the top of the loom, and then you do the same thing on the right. So 2 o'clock, starting with some more bands, sorry about the noise, 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 8 o'clock, long stretch, and 8 o'clock, excuse me, I get the plan placements wrong, so ignore that, 10 o'clock, and then last but not least, 12 o'clock. So you're going to do that all the way to the top of the loom, and you're also going to need cap bands on each of the center pegs of the starburst. So I'm going to place those off camera. If you guys need to rewind and learn how to do the long stretch starburst, again, please feel free to do so, and I'm going to go off camera and finish placing those, and I'll be back. Alright everybody, I am back, and I have finished placing my starburst all the way to the top of the loom, and this is what it will look like at the end. Just like that. And now what we are going to be placing is we're going to be working with the 3rd, the 4th, the 6th, and the 7th pin bar, and we are going to be doing long stretches in a zigzag format. So I'm going to be using, and this bracelet, before I forget, is the white right here. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using glitter red. So we're going to start by going to the 3rd pin bar, first pin, and just doing a long stretch diagonally, like that. And then move from that pin to this pin, and do that all the way to the top of the loom. So long stretch, like that. I'll show you a couple more times. Long stretch, long stretch. So all you're going to do all the way to the end of the loom. You're going to do the same thing on the right side. So you're going to start on the 7th pin bar, first pin, right here. Long stretch towards the center, long stretch back, long stretch towards the center, long stretch back, and long stretch towards the center, and then long stretch back. So you do that all the way to the top of the loom. I'm going to finish that up, and I'll be back. Alright everybody, so I am back, and I have finished placing my zigzag bands in that long stretch formation all the way to the top of the loom, and this is what it will look like at the very end. Just like that. So the next step we're going to do is pretty much the exact same thing. We're just going to be going in the other direction. So you're going to start at that 4th pin bar, first pin, and just go in the other direction from what we just did. So towards the left, towards the center, towards the left, and towards the center. And you're going to do that all the way to the top of the loom. And you're going to do the same thing all right. So let's start at that 6th pin bar, first pin, go long stretch out to the right, then back towards the center. Out to the right, and then back towards the center. You're going to do that all the way to the top of the loom, and I'll be back to show you guys what to do next. Alright everybody, so I am back, and I finished placing those zigzag bands all the way to the top of the loom, and this is what we're going to look like at the very end, just like that. So next we are going to be placing 3 single chains on these 3 center pegs. So in this bracelet you can't really see it, but it's the ocean blue like right there. So I'm just going to be going back to my gold. So all we're going to do, like I said, is place single chain. So on this 4th pin bar, 5th pin bar, and 6th pin bar. So just go straight up. On that pin bar, this pin bar, and this pin bar. Make sure you're pushing your bands down as you go along. So then I'm going to go off camera, finish those single chains up, and I'll be back to show you guys what to do next. Alright everybody, so I am back and I have finished placing my single chains all the way to the end of the loom, and this is what it will look like. Just like that. So we are now on our second to last looming, our band placement step. So what we're going to do is pretty easy. And this bracelet, it is, you can't really see it, but it's the red right here. Today I'm going to be using white, and what we're going to do first, this is used a lot in Mixed Haley 22's bracelets that are done, the tutorials are done by Artisan Loom. This band placement is used a lot in those. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our band and we're going to place a V right here. So it should look like this. Next we're going to start on these 2 pins and we're going to make a upside down V. So it should look like that. And we're going to do that all the way up. So the first thing we're going to do is to place our V band. So like that. And then we'll make our upside down V. And I'll show you guys one last time how to do this. It's pretty easy. So make our V. And then our upside down V. Like that. And that's all you're going to do all the way up. So you're also going to need to place cap bands on every single peg except for this last one right here. And I'm going to do those off camera, and then I'll be back to show you guys what to do next. Alright everybody, so I am back and I have finished placing our V stitches all the way to the top of the loom, and here is what it will look like all the way up until the end. And I also placed cap bands on each of the center pegs, so if you have not done that, I would go ahead and do that now. So the final band placement step we have is to place a double border. Now if you guys do not want to place a double border, that is fine, you don't have to. I'm just going to place it because I think it does look a little bit neater. So in this bracelet, it is the white right here. Like I said, this isn't mandatory, you don't have to. I've never seen it without a double border, so if you guys don't do a double border, let me know on Instagram and I'll be happy to check it out. So what we're going to do is just follow our the first border we placed in my black, so I'm just going to follow the exact same border all the way around. I'm using my white for this as well. It's pretty easy. Do that all the way up, and then do the same thing on the other side. And push your bands down as well because we have a ton of bands on our pegs, and mine is already starting to wobble, but don't worry about that. And like that. So you're going to do that all the way up until the very end, and I'll meet you guys at the top. Everybody, so I am back and I have finished placing my double border all the way to the top of the loom, and this is what it will look like at the very end. Just like that. And I also placed a cap band on our very center peg. And now we are finally done placing all of the bands, and we are ready to turn the loom around. So here we go. So what we are going to do first for our looming step is we are going to be looping out our double border. So if you guys did not place a double border, don't worry about the step, you can just skip it. But if you did place a double border, all you're going to do is bring all the bands back to themselves. So it's very, very easy. Go into that cap band and then grab that top band, which for me is going out to the left. And all you're going to do is bring them back to themselves all the way around. Just like that, and I'm going to do that straight up and then do the same thing on the other side. So go back into that cap band, grab that other double border band, and bring that back to itself. Just like that, and you're going to do that all the way up, so I'm going to go off camera and finish that up, and I'll be back. Alright everybody, so I am back, and I have finished looping up my double border all the way to the top of the loom, and this is what it will look like if you guys did place a double border. Obviously, if you did not place a double border, this isn't on your loom, but this is what it should look like. Now, I forgot to mention that if you did place a double border, what you're going to do now is you're going to place a cap band on both of these pegs, so the 4th and the 6th pin bar, because that's where we'll be working with next, as well as this 5th. So what we're going to be doing next is we're going to go into this very center pin bar right here. Let me zoom in a little bit so you guys can see it a little bit better. There we go. So we're going to go underneath that cap band and grab that first V band for me that is going out to left, and you're just going to bring everything back to itself. So just like that. And then you're going to grab the next, go into that same pin and grab that next V band, so right here, and that should be going out to the right. So it should look like this. Next, we're going to skip this next pin and go to this pin right here. And we're going to bring these bands that are going down into our upside down V, and we're going to bring those back to themselves as well. So grab that top band, bring it down and back to itself, and grab that next band and bring it down and back to itself. So that's what it should look like. So there we go. So we're going to do that same thing all the way up the loom. So we're going to go into this 5th pin bar for 2nd pin, excuse me, and we're going to grab that next band that should be going diagonally up to the left. And I just grabbed the wrong band, so hold on 1 second, guys. Make sure you are grabbing the right band because there is a ton of bands on this peg. There we go. Bring that up to the left. Grab that next band and bring that out to the right. So we're going to go skip this next pin, go to this next one, and grab that top band and grab that and bring it. Make sure you're grabbing the right band, like I said. So bring this down to itself. So I placed these bands wrong, so ignore that. And then down to itself. And I'll show you guys how to do that one more time. So go to this pin right here. Grab that top band and bring it up to the left. Grab that next band and bring it up to the right. Skip this next pin and go to the next one. Bring that top band down to the right, down to the left, excuse me, and then the next band should be going down to the right. So that's what it should look like. So you're going to do that all the way at the end of the loom. If you guys need to rewatch that again, please feel free to do so and rewind the video, and I'll be right back to show you guys what to do next. Alright everybody, so I am back, and I have looped up my V bands all the way to the top of the loom. So this is what it should look like. Just like that. So the next step we're going to be doing is we're going to be working with our 4th, 5th, and 6th pin bar, and we're going to be working with those single chains, and just going to bring them all back to themselves. So go into this 4 pin bar first pin and grab that first single chain band and just bring it back to itself. Go underneath all of those bands. Once again, there's like a ton of them. So take your time when you go to grab the single chains, because you don't want to accidentally bring up the wrong band. There we go. Like I just did. I just looped up my zigzag band by accident, so let me fix that real quick. So just do that all the way up the loom, grabbing those single chain bands and bring them back to themselves. There we go. Just like that. You're going to do the same thing on the other 2 single chains. The center one's going to be easier because there's less bands on it. So it'll be pretty easy. Just like that. And then same thing on the 6-pin bar. Just like that. So you're going to do those all the way to the top of the loom, and I'll be back to show you guys what to do next. Alright everybody, so I am back and I have looped up all my single chains all the way to the top of the loom, and this is what it will look like at the very end. Simple as that. Alright, just hit my tripod. I'm sorry for that. So now we're going to be working with where we have my glitter red right here, these kind of zigzag bands. So what we're going to do is we are going to go into this 4-pin bar first pin right here and grab the top bands. Just like that. So we're going to be grabbing all the top bands and bringing them back to themselves first. So just do that all the way up. Just like that. And do that all the way to the top of the loom. You're going to do the same thing on this side. So grab whatever band is the top band for you guys. So for me, it's this band going from this peg to this peg. And just bring them all back to themselves. Just like that. So you're going to do that all the way to the top of the loom, and I'm just going to show you guys how to do the other side real quick. So you're going to go to this 3rd pin bar first pin and grab that other zigzag band and bring that back. Oops, I just grabbed the wrong band. Oops. You want to grab that other zigzag band and bring that back to itself as well. So you're going to have your other zigzag band, and you're going to have your other single chain band. So you want to grab, like I said, you want to grab that zigzag band and bring it back. Just like that, and do that all the way up. Just like that, and you do that all the way up. So you do the left side and then the right side, and I'll show you guys how to do it on the other side as well. So go into this 7-pin bar first pin, grab that zigzag band, and bring that back to itself. There we go. So do on the side, do the band that goes from here out, and do that side first, and then do the other side, and then same thing. So start this pin, go this side first, and then do the other side. And I'm going to go off camera, finish those with 2 up, and I'll be back. Alright everybody, so I am back, and I have finished looping up my zigzag bands all the way to the top of the loom, and this is what it will look like at the very end. Just like that. So the next looping step we're going to do is we're going to be working with our starburst, so on the side of our bracelet. So like I said at the beginning, when we are placing the bands, we are not going to be looping these back to themselves, so you guys probably want to pay attention pretty closely to this. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into this center peg, and we're going to grab that top band, and instead of bringing it back down to itself, we're going to bring it out to the right. Next band, we're going to do the same thing. So instead of bringing it back down to itself, we're going to bring it out to the right. So this is, you're not going to be bringing the bands back to themselves, so you're going to bring them to the band, the post that's next to it. So grab that next band, and you're going to do the long stretch for this one. Oops. Lost that band real quick. Hold on, guys. Let me fix that real quick. There we go. So you're not going to bring it back to itself. You're going to do the long stretch. And then do the same thing. So with the long stretch, it's going to go straight up and down. the straight up and down band, it's going to be doing the long stretch. Long stretch is going to be going out to the side. This band will be going down, and so will this band. It's going straight up and down. So it will look something like this, and I'll show you guys a couple more times just in case you didn't get it. So we're going to go up to the next starburst right here, grab that straight up and down band, and that's going to be going out to the right here. Grab that next band that should be going out to the right, bring it up to the right. That up to the right band should will be doing the long stretch like that. The long stretch will be going straight up and down. The straight, oh, that's the wrong band. Sorry guys, make sure you are grabbing the right band because like I said, there's a ton of bands. So grab that band going straight up and down, there we go, and bring that into the long stretch. The long stretch will be going out to the right. This band will be going down to the right. And the last band will be going straight down. So you're going to do that all the way up to the top of the loom, and you're going to do the same thing on the right side. So we'll show you a couple times on this side as well. So go into the cap band, grab that straight up and down band and bring it towards the border. Next band also towards the border. Next band, long stretch. Next band straight up and down. The next band will be doing the long stretch. The next band will be going towards the right. The next band will be going down towards the right. There we go. And the last band will be going straight up and down. And I'll show you guys one more time. So we're going to go into the next band, go underneath the cap band, grab that top band and bring it diagonally out to the right. Grab that next band going up to the right. Next band will be going long stretch out to the right. The next band will be going straight up and down. Next band will be going long stretch out to the left, down to the left, and then last band will be going straight up and down. So this is all you're going to do for your starburst, and you're going to do that all the way to the top of the loom. I'm just going to show you guys the next step, which is really, really easy, and we're just going to be working with our single chains on the 2nd and the 8th pin bars. Oh no, the 3rd and the 7th pin bars, excuse me. And we're just going to bring those bands back to themselves. So all you're going to do is do those starburst bands, and then bring the single chains. I can grab it. Bring those single chains back to themselves, like that. And you're going to do that all the way to the top of the loom. I'm going to show you guys on the other side real quick. So go into the 7th pin bar, first pin, grab that single chain band and bring it straight up. I just grabbed the wrong band for that. Oops. There we go. Straight up. And straight up. So be sure to do your starburst first and then do your single chains, and I'll be back to show you guys what to do afterwards. Alright everybody, so I'm back and I finished looping up our starburst and the single chains on the sides all the way to the top of the loom, and this is what it will look like at the end. Just like that. So with the starburst, you're going to be doing the same thing as we did with all the rest at the top, which is bring the bands back to the opposing post. So the straight arm goes here and so on and so forth. So now we are on to our patterns. So the first pattern we're going to be working with is those kind of lines that we made at the beginning of the loom. So what we're going to do is we're going to go into this post right here. So the fourth pin bar, second pin, and when I said, after I placed these at the beginning and I said that you were going out towards the center and then diagonally down, I actually said that wrong, and I meant to say that you're going to go diagonally down and then towards the center. So I apologize for that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to this first, this pin bar, like I said, and we're going to grab that horizontal band that should be on top. And this is going to take me a minute, so hold on guys. Take your time with these bands, there is a ton of them, like I said. And you're going to bring that out to the side, like that. And my posts are really close together only because my loom is starting to buckle, if you guys can tell. That's because I have a lot of bands on there and they're all stretched out. So you're gonna, after you loop over that horizontal band, you're going to grab the next band and just bring it diagonally down, like that. So this is what it's going to look like. You're going to go to the next one. So the next one is right here. So you're going to skip a set and then go to the next one. Go into this pin and you're going to grab that horizontal band. It should be on top. And bring it out to the side. Then you grab the next band and bring it diagonally down, and grab the next band and bring it diagonally up. So it should look like that. Show you guys that one more time because it's really hard for me to see on camera, but you guys should get the hang of it. So grab that horizontal band, and if you need to grab it with your fingers, that's perfectly fine. Bring it out straight over, and then bring the next band diagonally down, and the next band diagonally up. So it should be look like that. And you're going to do that all the way to the top of the loom. I'm going to show you guys on the other side a couple times. So go into this pin right here. So this is a 6-pin bar, second pin, and grab that horizontal band and bring it straight over. So you're doing the same thing on both sides. Alright everybody, sorry about that. My brother came home, so I had to pause the video real quick, but I am back and I was able to get that horizontal band that I could not get on camera. So I looped that over to the side, and then I'm going to bring the next band, grab the next band, and oops, grab the wrong band real quick. So hold on. Brought those over, and then we're going to the next one and do the same thing. So grab that horizontal band and bring it. Oops, that was one of my diamond bands that we're going to be looping, I think, next. Grab that top band, right like that, and bring it over to the side. And then bring the next band diagonally down, and the next band diagonally up, like that. And I'll show you guys one last time. So go into the next band pin and grab that horizontal band. Bring it over to the side, grab the next band, bring it diagonally down, the last band diagonally up, just like that. And that's all you guys are going to do. So I'm going to go off camera and finish those bands up, and I'll be back to show you guys what to do next. Alright everybody, so I am back and I finished looping up those side bands all the way to the top of the loom, and this is what it will look like at the very end. Just like that. Now we're going to be working with our center pattern, which are those diamonds that we did in the beginning. So what we're going to do first is we're going to go into this fourth pin bar, first pin, and we're going to grab the top band. So we're going to grab that first band, which is going to be part of our pattern. So there we go, and bring it towards the center. And we're going to be looping up every single top band all the way to the top of the loom. So grab the next top band and bring that towards the center, towards the side, so like that. Now we're going to go into this pin right here. Grab that diagonal band and bring it towards the center. Grab the next top band and bring it to the left. You can do that all the way to the top of the limb. So I'll show you a couple more times, and then I will show you the other side real quick. Sorry if my hand's in the way. I'm trying to see where that band is. There we go. So towards the right twice, like that, and then back towards the left. Like this. And you are going to do this all the way to the top of, and I grabbed two bands by accident. Oops. All the way to the top of the loom. So that's the left side. I'm going to show you guys how to do the right side, and then we're going to go off camera and finish both of these patterns up. So grab that, go into the 6th pin bar, first pin, and grab that top band. Make sure you don't grab the border band by accident. Bring it towards the left twice. And go into this pin right here. At least I'm in for you guys. So go into this pin right here and grab that next top band and bring it towards the right twice. Oops, did I grab the right band? No, I did not. There we go. And then go towards the left twice again. And then back towards the right twice. And that's all you're going to do. So you're going to do that all the way to the top of your loom. And I'm going to go off camera, finish that up, and then we'll be ready to do our border. Alright everybody, so I am back and I have finished looping up our diamonds down the center all the way to the end of the loom, and this is what it will look like. So obviously you did this side right here first, so the one that ends on the left side, and then you came back and did the other side as well. So now we are finally ready to loop up our border, and all we're going to do is just bring everything back to itself, so it's really nothing special. So go into that center cap band, grab that band, and bring it all around to the left side. And then go straight up. So just a normal, typical border. Do the same thing on the right side. So go back to your center cap band, go underneath it, and grab that last band and bring it all around to the side. And then go straight up. just like that. And you're going to do that all the way to the top of the loom, and then you're going to bring it in and then meet you at the top of the capping, and we'll be ready to take it off the loom. Alright guys, I am back and I finished looping up my border all the way to the top of the loom, and this is what the end of the loom is going to look like. Just like that. And now we are finally ready to take it off the loom. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to this very center pin right here. And we have those 2 closure bands. So what we're going to do is we're going to go underneath all of those bands and grab both of those closure bands. There's one. Let's see if I can get the other. There's 2. So there we grab both of those closure bands, put one end on the hook and then the other end, like that. And then you're going to grab your C-clip, S-clip, or any type of closure. So today I'm using a C-clip. And then you are going to put all of those bands, all 4 loops, onto that C-clip. So this might be a little bit tricky at first, but there's one half, and here is the other half. So we have all those bands on the hook, on the C-clip, excuse me, and we can remove our hook very gently because we don't want anything falling apart. And now we can take oops. Hold on guys, I'll be right back. Alright everybody, so sorry about that. My half of my bands in the C-clip came off, so I had to fix that real quick. So now we are ready to take off the bracelet off of the loom. So what we're going to do is we're not going to never rip your bracelet off by just grabbing the C-clip and just pulling. Never do that because your bands will break, and I've had a lot of experiences with that, so believe me, you do not want that to happen. So you're just going to use your hook and loosen the tension on both sides by just removing some of the bands off of the side pin bars. And do that on the other side as well. And then you can remove another row just individually, or you can remove all the rest of the rows one by one. So I'm going to remove all the rest of the rows one by one. So just do that. And your bracelet will turn out just fine, and the bands will not break, because that's never a fun experience. You come so far and you work so hard on this bracelet and then have your bands fall apart on you. It's just horrible. So I'm going to go off camera, finish taking off the bracelet, and I'll be back to show you guys what it looks like when it's all finished. Alright everybody, I am back and I have finished taking off the bracelet off of the loom, and this is what it looks like. How pretty is this? I love the colors. I wasn't sure about these pink on the sides where the starbursts are at first, but now I'm really enjoying it. I think it's a really cool color combination. I do have a lot of bands to untwist, but I'll do that off camera, and I'll post pictures on Instagram in a little bit. So this is what it looks like. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up and hit subscribe if you have not already. I'll be sure to have my Instagram link in the description box below if you guys are not following me on there. And if you guys make a rendition, please be sure to tag me in it and hashtag thanks for the memories bracelet. And if you guys are interested in seeing what I do when I'm not looming, I also have a second channel, which I'll have linked down below. I also have a website to go along with that channel, so that is also in the description box below if you guys would like to check it out. It is also, it's not DIY, it's more based on books, but I hope you guys are into that and maybe you would like to check it out. So thank you all for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next tutorial. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye!